Patreon.com/the Walk-Off Podcast. $4 a month gets you in there. Alek Manoah, let's get to this topic today. It's called out, man. Called out by some guy, I guess let's call him, Anthony Recker, MLB Network. All right, let's lay down the full context of this, and then I know you got some passionate comments on this, so I'm going to let you take the floor today. But for anybody that didn't see it, and how could you have not have at this point, MLB analyst Anthony Recker played some time in the big leagues himself, was a New York Met. Unimpressive stat line, but hey, much better MLB stat line than I have. So give him credit where credit's due. Was running down his list of pitchers under 25 that he would want to start a franchise with this year. Alek Manoah, honorable mention. Went with Tristan McKenzie instead. And notably, the reason why Alek Manoah was passed over was some weight concerns. You know, let's see maximize that talent and work on it a little bit, I suppose. So you've got the quotes, you've got everything all ready to go. So let's pass it to you.
All right, man. So this guy who I think he spent every penny of his signing bonus on dental work. Like, the guy's got 7 extra teeth in his mouth. He's got the look for TV. So I'll give him that. That's like the one thing that I will say that he is great at, is he's got great teeth. But this is the actual quote. This is what came out of his mouth. So, because he's going on saying that, like, oh, the quote's being taken out of context. So I'm going to say the entire piece that he said about Alek Manoah.
All right.
Which was Alek Manoah. I love you, Alek. Just show me you're willing to put in a little more time in the gym and that you're going to be there consistently a little bit longer. In the past 2 seasons, I can't think of a more consistent pitcher than Alek Manoah. He has not had even a whiff of like arm fatigue or injury or anything like that. And so for consistency, like, who are you going to pick? Who has been like as good as Alek Manoah has been for the last 2 years consistently, every single start? Like, I watch basically every Jays game. I have seen every Alek Manoah start. He is the definition of consistency. Like, I've never seen him get blown out. I've seen him have games where he's fought it a little bit and his control wasn't quite there. But I've never seen him, give up 7 runs in 2 innings. Like, it doesn't happen with Alek Manoah. He is as good as it gets in that department. The gym thing bothers me. It just, like, who is this guy to comment on Alek Manoah's routine? Obviously, whatever he has been doing is working for him. This reminds me of that dickhead TSN guy Ross from last year, who was ripping on Kirk, and Manoah came to his defense too. And like earlier this week, some Yankee troll Johnny Lasagna on Twitter posted a pic of Alek and said, oh, they must be eating good up there in the off season. This is from a Yankees fan who, employed CC Sabathia and David Wells for a very long time, whose greatest player of all time, Babe Ruth, did not have a 6-pack. If there is a major sport where body type is not the biggest factor in success, it is baseball.
As a pitcher specifically.
The pitcher specifically, there's a lot of big guys who pitch. It's just, I look at a guy like Alek Manoah and I look at a guy like Tristan McKenzie and I think, like, okay, which of these guys is built to pitch for 20 years in the majors? And it's not Tristan McKenzie. I love Tristan McKenzie. I think he is a phenomenal pitcher. But like Alek Manoah, I've said this numerous times on this show. I think he is good. He's built like a workhorse. He is a guy that for the next 15 years is going to give you 200 innings a season, and not even break a sweat. He's not a high velocity guy. He doesn't need to throw 99 to be successful. So a guy with his body type and strength, he is going to be the most consistent pitcher for the next decade, just based on like being healthy. He's just built to last. So for some guy who had a cup of coffee in the majors, whose career batting average was 199, to sit there and question his dedication, Manoah owns a gym. Him and his brother have notorious, like they post videos of their workouts, and there's no way you or I are keeping up with that shit. There's no way 99% of the population is keeping up with him. So it just irks me that some talking head who barely, cracked the league can come out and just question his dedication, because that's basically what he questioned. He didn't call him fat. He didn't call him chunky. He questioned his dedication to his craft. And I think that is why Alek came after him the way he did, which he should have.
All right, I'm gonna tread lightly here in playing devil's advocate, not to defend Anthony Recker. Look, I am one of the biggest fans of Alek Manoah there is, but I will say, and again, I'm not to justify the comments. I think he was speaking. It was a stream of consciousness. Sometimes you say things that maybe is a consideration in the back of your mind, and you would never say, but sometimes you say anyways, right? And I think that was one of these things. Now, we praised Vladdy's weight loss and the transition to first base and the work that he put in and maximizing these God-given talents. And I just want to say, as far as Anthony Recker goes, and yes, looking at his stat line is not nice, but this is, to his credit, you don't get 18 home runs in the major leagues and have a batting average of nearly 200 without like working your face off to stick around for 5-6 years playing even just 30 games a year. Like, this is a person who doesn't have Alek Manoah's God-given talent and had to work his face off, whether it's in the gym or wherever the case may be, at the ball field, whatever, to grind his way to those 18 glorious at-bats, right? So as far as Alek Manoah and his work ethic goes, yeah, like if you follow him on any social media, you have seen the kind of workouts he puts in. Some guys are just big boys, right? Like you watch World's Strongest Man competitions. They're not like shredded CrossFit athletes. They're built for power, right? Like that's what I always describe myself as to my wife. I say I'm in great shape. I'm built for power. So I don't personally have any like lack of doubt for Alek Manoah's work ethic in the gym either. And I think most Blue Jays fans, that's why we're all like up in arms about it, because we're like, that's our boy. We know how hard he works. But like it's hard to keep track of every player from every team's social media and their workout routines and stuff like this. So
I get that part of it. But he gets paid handsomely as a baseball analyst to know his stuff. And if he doesn't
he should have kept his mouth shut and not said that comment for sure. It was a stupid comment.
It's not even that he made the comment. It's the backtracking that he did afterwards.
The apology?
What's
wrong with apologizing?
It wasn't an apology. He just came out and said, "Oh, it was taken out of context," and I just read the entire quote. How is that taken out of context?
Well, okay, but that's
Just-
the little quote of the whole segment. The whole segment, which is, I guess, in his view, is the
But that was the
context for
entire
that
quote
comment.
about Manoah. That was the entire quote about Manoah.
I know, but you're literally taking it out of context. The context is, hey, I'm talking about the best pitchers in the game, and I'm singling out Manoah as being one of the 4 or 5 best pitchers under 25. Side note, I think he's a little chubby and could be even better. Now, please show me that, and I love you. That's the broader context that I think was being taken out of. It's not like a misquote, but
no. But I mean, Manoah clapped back at him.
I don't like that, by the way.
What's that?
I don't like that he clapped back.
Really?
I don't.
I
mean,
I don't know.
It's entertaining, but I want a guy who's just like, I'm not even fazed by what the haters are going to say.
Look at Manoah as a pitcher. Like, he pitches with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah,
he needs that. He's
a fiery guy.
He is one of the most competitive players I've seen wear a Jays uniform. Like, he is locked in. He loves playing baseball. He loves being the ace of this team. But I don't have a problem. Like, this is like, it's not some random guy on Twitter. This is a guy who gets paid by Major League Baseball to have to talk on TV. This isn't like me or you ripping on him. Like, he wouldn't give 2 shits about that. This is a guy that gets paid by Major League Baseball. Like, if he can't take a little bit of criticism, he's criticizing Alek Manoah's job, and all Alek Manoah did was criticize him at his job. So,
yeah, I mean, and that's fair. I mean, agreed. I think Anthony Recker, like, if you can dish it out, you should be able to take it, right?
Yes.
I also think, like, he made a mistake on air. Probably realized right away, oh crap, like, I'm gonna get some heat from this. Probably going through his head. He got the heat that he probably deserved. But also, like, I think he's issued a genuine apology and is like, yeah, I spoke out of turn, shouldn't have done it. Like, how much I want to just move on and let him off the hook.
He didn't say that. He said that he was like, you're misjudging what I said. Just say, yes, I am sorry. I should not have said that. The end. Don't try to quantify it. Don't try to make yourself look better because you said it. Just say, I am sorry. I'm going to do better as a broadcaster. And Anthony Recker is a symptom of the problem that's in baseball commentary these days.
All right. Here is the response from Anthony Recker after Alek Manoah's response. So Recker wrote, "Don't let someone throw a video out of context at you and get upset. You're an incredible talent, man, and I'd love to see you make the most of that. I hope to see you continue to get better and be great for a long time. I wish I had even a tiny speck of the talent you do." How is that not an apology? Because he doesn't say the words, "I'm sorry"?
Yes. Say you're sorry.
You'd rather a tweet, like, you'd rather an apology where someone just says, "I'm sorry," and that's it. They don't.
All he had to say
any
was
acknowledgement of.
All he had to say was, "I'm sorry. I'll do better next time."
All right. Well, he's bad at apologies then.
What's that?
Then he's bad at apologies too, I guess. But I think this is a genuine effort to
acknowledge that you fucked up. Don't just say, like, yes, I love your talent. Don't take it out of context, but just say, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Like, I shouldn't have said that.
Okay. But what is he sorry for? Sorry that Alek Manoah is a bigger boy? Like, at what point? What does he got to say? What does he got to say? Like, Alek, I'm sorry. You are in phenomenal shape. You're right.
Boy. He said, you have to show me you're willing to put in a little more time in the gym. That's questioning. That is questioning his dedication to his craft. And he said that you're going to be there consistently a little bit longer. Well, he's been there consistently longer than Tristan McKenzie. He's been there consistently longer than the other guys he mentioned. Like, he has to, when you're questioning, like, that thing about putting a little bit of time in the gym, that's not a question. I don't even think it's even questioning his body size. That's questioning his dedication. And for a guy like him, like Alek Manoah, like he's all dedication. And that shit has to rub him the wrong way. I don't.
Yeah, for sure it would rub him the wrong way. And I agree. I just also don't want him wasting his breath acknowledging it. Like,
Yeah, but that's up to him to decide.
sure.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
just
up to
telling
us.
you, like, my preference as a fan is I like when guys are just like stoic and aren't like, just do it. Just respond with a Cy Young award this year. Like that, just shut him up with that.
He probably will. He'll
Oh,
probably,
probably
you
will.
know,
You're
he's
probably
got
right.